Hello learners, welcome to our chemistry course at senior secondary level. Dear learners, in our previous program, we have discussed about what is atomic theory of Dalton, relationship between mass and number of particles, Avogadro's constant and its significance, mole, mass and number relationship, molar volume, etc. of your lesson number 1, atoms, molecule and chemical arithmetic. Now we will discuss about molecular and empirical formulae, relationship between mole mass and volume and role of the limiting reagent in limiting amount of the products formed during this program. Dr. Sulekh Chandra, Associate Professor, Zakir Hussain College, University of Delhi will discuss these topics in detail. Welcome to our program, sir.
Now I will discuss chemical arithmetics. Define molar volume of gases as standard temperature and pressure, that is STP. Define empirical formula and molecular formula. Differentiate between empirical and molecular formula. Calculate percentage by mass of an element in a compound. Now we will find molar mass, then mass, molar mass and number of moles. The mass number, mass, molar mass and number of moles of the substance are interrelated quantities. We know that molar mass capital M, mass of 1 mole of the substance, molar mass of water is 18 gram per mole. If we have 18 gram of water, we have 1 mole of it. Suppose we have 36 gram of water, that is 18 into 2, we have 2 moles of it. In general, in a sample of water of mass, this is n into 18 gram, the number of moles of water would be n. We calculate the relationship, you will find here m is equal to n into m. Example you can again explain. In a reaction, 0.5 mole of aluminium is required. Calculate the amount of aluminium required in grams. Atomic mass of aluminium is 27 AMU. So molar mass of aluminum is 27 gram per mole. Required mass is equal to number of moles into molar mass, that is 0.5 mole into 27 gram per mole, you will find 13.5 gram. Now molar mass generally we indicates is Vm, that is molar volume. Molar volume is the volume of 1 mole of a substance. It depends upon temperature and pressure. It is related to the density by the relation molar volume will be equal to molar mass upon density. Now molecular and empirical formula. Water is represented by H2O, carbon dioxide is represented by carbon dioxide, that is CO2, methane is represented by CH4, dinitrogen pentoxide, that is N2O5 and so on. Thus a molecular formula shows the actual number of atoms of different elements in a molecule of the compounds. So you can simply say there is another kind of formula, the empirical formula compounds, which gives only relative number of atoms of different elements. These numbers are expressed as the simplest way or simplest ratio. For example, empirical formula of glucose, which consists of carbon, hydrogen and oxygen in the ratio of 1:2:1 is CH2O. Empirical formula are also called simplest formula. Molecular formula of a substance is always an integer multiple of empirical formula, that is molecular formula is equal to, you can simply say xn, where x is the empirical formula and n is the integer. Molecular formula of the compounds, you can take ammonia NH3, empirical formula भी इसका आपका सेम होगा. Carbon dioxide, that is CO2, empirical formula will also remain CO2. That is ethane, C2H6, its empirical formula will be CH3. You can say fructose, C6H12O6, CH2O. Sulfur, that is S8, remain S8. Benzene, C6H6, this you can say CH. Now chemical composition and formula. Percentage composition, if we know the formula of a compound, we can find out how much of each of the elements is present in a given quantity of the compound. Aluminium is obtained from its oxide, that is Al2O3, which is actually called bauxite. From the formula we can calculate how much aluminium can be obtained, at least in principle, from a given amount of aluminium oxide. Calculation is done by the making use of, you can say, idea of percentage composition. Now, percentage mass of an element is in a compound, mass of element of one molecular formula or is equal to in one empirical formula divided by molecular mass of the empirical formula into 100. Mass of the element in 1 mole of the compound divided by molar mass of the compound into 100. Let's calculate the percentage of composition of aluminium oxide. Percentage of aluminium, mass of aluminium in 1 mole of aluminium oxide divided by the molar mass of Al2O3 into 100. Molar mass of Al2O3 comes out to be 102. That is, you can say 2 aluminium 2 into 27 and 3 oxygen 3 into 16, that is 48. Combine them together, you will get 102. Since 1 mole of Al2O3 contains 2 moles of aluminium atoms, the mass of aluminium is 2 into 27, that is 54 gram aluminium. Percentage of aluminium will be 54 gram divided by 102 into 100, you will get 52.9%. Now, example, you can take butanic acid, has the formula C4H8O2. What is the elemental analysis of butanic acid? Now, you can take the solution. Molecular formula of the butanic acid is C4H8O2. So, you can C means 12, that is 12. So, you should be able to find out the percentage of carbon, percentage of hydrogen, percentage of oxygen. So, first of all, you should be able to find out the molar mass of butanic acid. Since it has 4 carbon, so 12 into 4, that is 48, 8 hydrogen, 8 into 1, that is 8, and 2 oxygen, so you can say 16 into 2, that is 32. You add them, you will find that is 88. So, we can calculate the percentage of carbon. You can easily say that in 88, the carbon is present, that is 48, and how much in 100. Similarly, in 88, 8 hydrogen present, you can calculate how much in 100. So, this comes out to be percentage of carbon is 54.5, percentage of hydrogen is 9.1, and percentage of oxygen is 36.4. The percentage of O is butanic acid is also calculated as follows. So, you can either you can calculate the percent of oxygen by using this formula, or you add the percentage of hydrogen and carbon, then take the difference from 100. This is, you can say for example, suppose this is 54.5 and 9.1, you add them, that is 63.6. So, if you 100 minus 63.6, you will get the percentage of oxygen. Now, formula stoichiometry. So, you can say the determination of empirical formula stoichiometry. The moles of hydrogen you can find out, the mass of hydrogen divided by molar mass of hydrogen, that is 11.11 gram upon 1.0 gram mole. Similarly, for oxygen, molar mass, this is mass of oxygen, molar mass of O, that is 88.89 divided by 16.0 gram, you will get 5.55 moles. So, we can simply say, thus in water the ratio of moles of hydrogen atom to moles of oxygen atom is 11.1111 into 5.55. Now, chemical equations and relations stoichiometry. You have studied that a reaction can be represented in the form of a chemical equation. A balanced chemical equation carries a wealth of information, qualitative as well as quantitative. So, I would like to add here also again that balanced as well as we should also state the physical state of the reactant as well as products. Let us consider the following equations and learn what all information it carries. 4 Fe solid, because solid is the physical state, plus 3 oxygen in gaseous state, when combine them together to give 2 Fe2O3 solid. Now, qualitative information. Qualitatively, the equation tells us that iron reacts with oxygen to form a iron oxide. Quantitative information. Quantitatively, a balanced chemical equation specifies numerical relationship among the quantities of its reactants and products. These relationships can be expressed in terms of microscopic quantities, namely atoms, molecules and formula unit, macroscopic quantities, namely moles, masses and volume in case of gaseous substances of reactants and products. Microscopic quantities information. The reactions 4Fe solid plus 3O2 gaseous state give you 2Fe2O3 solid tells us that 4 atoms of iron react with 3 molecules of oxygen to form 2 formula units of iron oxide. Often the information is written below each reactants and products for ready reference as shown here. 4Fe, that is solid, plus 3O2 to give you 2Fe2O3 plus solid state. So 4 atoms of iron, 3 molecules of oxygen to give you 2 formula units of Fe2O3. Now macroscopic quantitative information. The macroscopic quantitative information discussed in the previous section can be converted into macroscopic information which help of mole concept. Mole relationship, we know the Avogadro number of elementary entities like atoms, molecules, ions or formula units of a substance constitute 1 mole of it. Let us multiply the number of atoms, molecules and formula masses obtained in the previous section. You will find Avogadro constant Na, 4 atom of iron, 3 molecules of oxygen, 2 formula unit of Fe2O3, that is 4 into n atoms of Fe, that is 4 mole of Fe, 1 into 3 into n2 molecules of oxygen, that is 3 moles of O2, and 2 into Na molecule formula unit of Fe2O3, that is 2 moles of Fe2O3. Now mass relationship, the mole, that is you can say we can compare mass relationship with the mole relationship. The mole relationship which you may have learned in the previous system. I think you are very aware that I have already discussed about the mole relationship. So mole relationship which you have learned in the previous section can be converted into mass relationship by using the fact that the mass of 1 mole of any substance is equal to its molar mass, in which can be calculated from the formula with the help of a relative atomic mass of its constituent elements. In the reaction that we are discussing, the relative atomic masses of iron and oxygen are 55.8 and 16.0 respectively. Therefore, the molar mass of iron is 55.8 gram per mole. Molar mass of O2 2 into 16, that is 32 gram per mole. Molar mass of Fe2O3 will be equal to 2 into 55.8 plus 3 into 16.0 gram per mole, that comes out to be 159.6 gram per mole. Using these molar masses, we can convert the mole relationship given by equation above into a small mass relationship as given below. So you can say using these molar masses, we can convert mole relationship given by equation above into mass relationship as 4Fe solid, 4 moles of iron plus 3O2 gas, 3 moles of oxygen to give 2Fe2O3 solid, that is 2 moles of Fe2O3. So we can say 4 into 55.8 gram, that is comes out to be 223.2 gram iron, 3 into 32 gram of O2, that is 96 gram of oxygen, and 2 into 159.6, that is Fe2O3, will get 319.2 gram of Fe2O3. Thus 223.2 gram of iron would react with 96 gram of oxygen and produce 319.2 gram of iron oxide. We may rewrite this equation like 4Fe solid, that is 223.2 gram, 96 gram of O2 and 319.2 gram of Fe2O3. Now, volume relationship, we know that 1 mole of any gas occupies a volume of 22.7 liter at STP, that is standard temperature and pressure, that is 0 degree centigrade and 1 bar pressure. We can use this information to arrive at volume relationship between gaseous substances. The reaction that we are considering involves only one gaseous substance, that is O. We may write the equation H. 4 mole of Fe, 3 moles of O2 to give 2 mole of Fe2O3. 3 into 22.7 liter as STP, that is 68.1 liter at STP. Example in the manufacture of ammonia by Haber process. Nitrogen react with hydrogen at high temperature and high pressure in the presence of catalyst and gives ammonia. N2 gas plus 3 H2 gas to give 2 ammonia gas. How much hydrogen would be needed to produce 1 metric ton of ammonia? We should first find the relationship for the reactions, that is 1 mole of nitrogen, 3 mole of hydrogen to give 2 moles of ammonia. So, we can say 1 into 28, that is 28 gram of nitrogen. Similarly, 3 into that is you will find here 2 you will get, that is hydrogen, that is 6.0 gram, and ammonia will get 2 into 17, that is 34 gram. We know that 1 metric ton, that is 1000 kg, that is 10 to the power 3 kg, or you can say 10 to the power 6 gram. From the mass relationship, 34 gram of ammonia requires 6 gram of hydrogen for its manufacture. So, you can say the 106 gram of ammonia would require 6.0 into 10 power 6 divided by 34 gram. So, you get 1.76 into 10 to the power 5 gram of hydrogen. Thus, 1 metric ton of ammonia will be obtained by using 1.176 into 10 to the power 5 gram of hydrogen. Now, you should be able to understand, that is the last topic, that how will you calculate the limiting reagent. Large number of numerical problems are asked on the basis of limiting reagent. So, we suppose we take one example here, the 3 moles of sulfur dioxide, that is SO2, is mixed with 2 moles of oxygen, and after reaction is over, sulfur trioxide is obtained. What is the limiting reagent? What is the maximum amount of sulfur trioxide that can be formed? So, we can easily explain, or we can easily calculate the limiting reagent as well as the amount of sulfur trioxide. 2SO2 plus O2 to give 2SO3. According to this reaction, 2 moles of sulfur dioxide can be formed from 2 moles of sulfur dioxide. Amount of sulfur dioxide that can be formed from 3 moles of sulfur dioxide, that is 3 moles of sulfur dioxide into 2 moles of sulfur trioxide divided by 2 moles of sulfur dioxide is equal to 3 moles of sulfur trioxide. 2 moles of sulfur dioxide can be formed when 1 mole of O2. Therefore, the amount of SO3 that can be formed from 2 moles of O2 will be equal to 2 moles of O2 into 2 moles of SO3 divided by 1 mole of O2 is equal to 4 mole of SO3. According to definition, the limiting reagent is the reactant which gives its smallest amount. In this case, SO2 is the limiting reagent. So, dear learner, you will be able to explain the molar mass, empirical formula, molecular formula, and relationship, and also mole concept, Avogadro number, etc.
Thank you, sir, for sharing such a details about atoms and molecules and chemical arithmetic. Learners, now the time for what you have learned during this discussion. I would like to sum up in few points in the form of what you have learned, or you can say recapitulate. In ionic substance, molar mass is numerically equal to the formula mass of the compound expressed in gram. If the molar mass of a substance is known, then the amount of the substance present in a sample having a definite mass can be calculated. If m is the molar mass, then the amount of substance n present in a sample of mass small m is expressed as small n is equal to small m upon capital M. A chemical formula is used not only to represent the name of a compound but also to indicate its composition in terms of number 1 relative number of atoms and second relative number of moles of atoms. A molecular formula of a substance shows the number of atoms of different element in one molecule and the number of moles of atoms of different elements in one mole of molecule. An empirical formula shows only a ratio of number of atoms and moles of atoms in a compound. Molecular formula is always an integral multiple of the empirical formula. The empirical formula of a compound can be determined from its chemical analysis. In order to determine a compound's molecular formula, molecular mass also must be known. Stoichiometry is the quantitative study of the composition of chemical compounds and the substance consumed and formed in chemical reactions. Chemical equations specify not only the identities of substances consumed and formed in a reaction, but also the relative quantities of these substances in terms of atom, molecules and formula units and moles of these entities. Thank you.
हिंदुस्तान के हर कोने में नौजवानों के पास प्रतिभा है, उन्हें अवसर चाहिए।
NIOS देता रहा है युवाओं को अवसर आगे बढ़ने का। NIOS से पढ़ने वाले इन युवाओं ने किया है संस्थान को गौरवान्वित। दिव्यांगों ने बन के दिखाया है सबल और आत्मनिर्भर। NIOS के साथ आप भी जुड़िए NIOS के संग।
जीवन ये प्रकाशित करने, राहों को आलोकित करने।
जीवन ये प्रकाशित करने, राहों को आलोकित करने। हम अपना दीपक स्वयं बने, हम अपना रास्ता स्वयं चुने। अपना दीपक स्वयं बने, हम अपना रास्ता स्वयं चुने। जीवन ये प्रकाशित करने, राहों को आलोकित करने।
धन साधन समय की सीमा से विद्यालय जो मुक्त हो। धन साधन समय की सीमा से विद्यालय जो मुक्त हो।
कभी पढ़े हम कहीं पढ़े, वे विषय की लोच से युक्त हो। कभी पढ़े हम कहीं पढ़े, वे विषय की लोच से युक्त हो। मित्रों हम उठे और जागे, मंजिल आने की ध्वनि सुने। हम अपना दीपक स्वयं बने, हम अपना रास्ता स्वयं चुने। जीवन ये प्रकाशित करने, राहों को आलोकित करने। राष्ट्रीय मुक्त विद्यालय का है द्वार खुला सबकी खातिर।
शिक्षा परीक्षा का अवसर एक बार ही क्यों मिलता फिर।
परीक्षा का अवसर एक बार ही क्यों मिलता फिर दुनिया में इसके केंद्र बहुत कोई मन चाहा केंद्र चुने हम अपना जीवन स्वयं बने हम अपना रास्ता स्वयं चुने कोई मन चाहा केंद्र चुने
हिंदुस्तान के हर कोने में नौजवानों के पास प्रतिभा है, उन्हें अवसर चाहिए।
NIOS देता रहा है युवाओं को अवसर आगे बढ़ने का। NIOS से पढ़ने वाले इन युवाओं ने किया है संस्थान को गौरवान्वित। दिव्यांगों ने बन के दिखाया है सबल और आत्मनिर्भर। NIOS के साथ आप भी जुड़िए NIOS के संग।
घर बैठे पाएं राष्ट्रीय मुक्त विद्यालय शिक्षा संस्थान यानी NIOS में एडमिशन, वो भी एकदम आसान तरीके से, जिससे शिक्षार्थियों को होगी समय और धन दोनों की बचत। NIOS से शिक्षा कभी भी कहीं भी। शिक्षार्थियों, क्या आप जानते हैं NIOS में एडमिशन लेने का सरल और सुगम तरीका, जिससे शिक्षार्थियों को ऑनलाइन प्रवेश लेने में सहूलियत मिलती है। NIOS में प्रवेश की प्रक्रिया पूर्णतया ऑनलाइन है। शिक्षार्थी घर बैठे इंटरनेट द्वारा प्रवेश के लिए सबसे पहले NIOS की वेबसाइट www.nios.ac.in पर लॉगिन करें। अपना ईमेल आईडी और पासवर्ड डालकर अपना पंजीकरण करें। पंजीकरण के बाद लॉगिन करने पर ऑनलाइन प्रवेश हेतु आवेदन पत्र खुलेगा। आवेदन पत्र को निर्देशानुसार भरें और प्रिंट आउट लें। इस प्रिंट आउट पर अपनी फोटो संलग्न करें। ऑनलाइन प्रवेश के लिए शुल्क हेतु भुगतान के तरीके हैं: क्रेडिट कार्ड के द्वारा, डेबिट कार्ड के द्वारा, राष्ट्रीयकृत बैंक के ड्राफ्ट के माध्यम से, जो कि सचिव NIOS नई दिल्ली या नोएडा के पक्ष में देय हो। भरे हुए आवेदन पत्र के साथ साथ डिमांड ड्राफ्ट और संलग्न किए जाने वाले दस्तावेज हैं: जन्म रजिस्ट्रार के जिला कार्यालय से जारी जन्म प्रमाण पत्र की सत्यापित प्रति, जिसमें जन्म तिथि अंकित हो, पिछले विद्यालय से प्राप्त विद्यालय छोड़ने का प्रमाण पत्र, जिसमें आवेदक की जन्म तिथि लिखी हो। प्रवेश फॉर्म का प्रिंट आउट NIOS के संबद्ध क्षेत्रीय केंद्रों पर 10 दिनों में पहुंच जाना चाहिए, अन्यथा उचित दस्तावेज न लगे होने पर आवेदन फॉर्म रद्द किया जा सकता है। प्रवेश प्रक्रिया की पुष्टि होने के बाद शिक्षार्थियों को परिचय पत्र व अध्ययन सामग्री डाक द्वारा तुरंत पहुंचाई जाती है। ऑनलाइन प्रवेश एक बहुत ही सुगम और सुविधाजनक प्रवेश प्रणाली है। ऑनलाइन ऑन टाइम फॉर सेफ एंड सिक्योर एडमिशन।